Very warm welcome, everybody, to Beyond the Bell, where we are going to break down what just happened at Kingdom Arena here in Riyadh. For the next 10 minutes, we're going to look back at the fight. We'll have highlights, analysis, opinion from all of our experts for you. It was a disappointing evening for Tyson Fury, who had already left the ring. We didn't get to hear from him this evening, but His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh celebrating with the winner, with Oleksandr Usyk. Riyadh season has delivered again. These are your winners from the evening. It was a long evening of boxing, but here we go. We had a bunch of decisions to start the evening off. Took us a long while to get a knockout on this evening, but yes, good wins for Peter McGrail tonight. Lee McGregor, Johnny Fisher getting the job done seemingly against David Allen, but you could argue that one. Serhiy Bohachuk definitely looked very dominant in his fight. Moses Atalma, wow, that was a knockout and a half. And then Oleksandr Usyk, just elite. A very, very classy fighter in his fight against Tyson Fury. He is the unified heavyweight champion still. Very well welcome. Good to have you with us tonight. Kate Scott, Sergio Mora, Eddie Hearn. I guess the good thing for you is you pick both ways, so you don't really lose.
Yeah, I think I got it right at some point during the week. I couldn't split them. I was just debating with Sergio off air. He scored it 116, 112. I thought the fight was a draw. I mean, I actually had Fury going up into the last. I scored the last round to Usyk. I thought so many close rounds, and I do want to see it back. I mean, Frank was right. Most people on our road did have it for Tyson Fury, but one was Frank Warren, one was Bob Arum, his promoter. I think Oscar De La Hoya felt the same way as well. I really struggled to split them. It was more of a chess match tonight. Usyk, you know, did dominate more in the second half of the fight, like we said he would, but I had it very close.
Boxing is so weird like that, right? Different eyes see fights differently. You had it wide, Sergio.
Yeah, it's subjective. You know, like I was telling Eddie, the fact that anytime Fury did get something started, and look, he made the needed adjustments. Like, we wanted Fury to fight like a big man. We wanted him to come forward. He hit the body. He was going for the uppercuts. I was telling Eddie, he was this close to letting that George Foreman, Michael Moore, lightning in a bottle shot against the chin. Usyk almost was there, but he would make the adjustments to not get hit. Anytime Fury was demanding respect and getting the punches in, Usyk took it right back. It was a close fight, but I still think it was a fight that was there was a clear winner, and that was Usyk.
I just didn't feel it was an 8-4 fight, personally. Right. But one thing I will say, which is pleasing, all three judges had it the same way. And all three judges are high-quality judges, Steve Weisfeld and the like as well. So I believe the AI judge had it 118, 112.
For who?
I don't remember the most. For Alexander Usyk. Anthony Joshua had it for Alexander Usyk by one round as well.
Yeah, but again, I had it, you know, a draw, one round. I thought it was very, very close. But consistency from the judges, which is good to see. But, you know, I guess we'll watch it back, but I found it difficult to pick a winner. And I thought it was very close.
I mean, you have to give so much respect to Oleksandr Usyk to be able to go into the ring and beat a man like Tyson Fury, or get the win against him. You know, he's, what, 55 pounds lighter he came in this evening. He's 6 inches shorter. It's impressive, Sergio.
And you have to get in with that 7-inch reach. So, yeah, all the cards were stacked against him, and that's what makes him a great fighter. That's what makes him brilliant on his feet. But he had to show heart today. He had to show a chin. And that's the thing about Usyk. You know, he's fighting these big men.
That's the incredible thing.
And he's taking their punches. This is a cruiserweight, a great cruiserweight, who just became a great heavyweight, beating another great heavyweight, taking heavyweight punches by a monster. You just named the statistics of Fury. This guy is a literal giant, and he's taking his punches. So we have to give credit where credit's due. Usyk is a great fighter, and that's it.
Daniel Dubois asked for the second fight. Could he get the better of him in the second fight?
He's definitely a better fighter than he is a call-out merchant. You know, that's not really his style, and it was probably the wrong kind of time. But listen, he's got to do what he's got to do, and I don't really see any other fights for Oleksandr Usyk. One thing I will tell you is, don't count your chickens. I don't think Daniel Dubois will necessarily beat Joseph Parker. I think Joseph Parker's on a tremendous run of form. He's in the shape of his life. He's extremely confident, but Dubois has a lot of confidence himself right now. And yeah, I think if you're looking at the future for Oleksandr Usyk, I guess it's to try and pick up that spare belt again that he let go.
I got to fight for Usyk, and it's going to be in your house, Jai Opetaia.
Yeah.
I think Opetaia brings footwork, he brings the hand speed, he brings youth, he brings power, he brings confidence, brings momentum. He also brings the same stance as him. I think that's the fight you need to make.
It's a great fight.
Let's very quickly listen into our crew over at ringside and find out their thoughts on the fight. Darren, Barry, and Adam.
Usyk a deserved winner in the end. Now that Tyson Fury, guys, a really good performance from him. And Eddie couldn't split them, and I'm sure there's others that maybe had it a bit closer. But Usyk just stepped up a level, didn't he, the last 5 or 6 rounds?
Yeah, I think so. He just did more in the rounds. Tyson Fury can be extremely proud of his performance. He done better in this fight than he did their first fight. But this man here is a master. He's an absolute genius. He just knows how to manage rounds and to nick rounds as well when they're very close. The changing of the levels, the elusive movement, the variation with the shots. Barry, he's so good.
Yeah, I thought Fury boxed really, really well. And at the halfway stage, it was a very, very close fight. But he makes Usyk, as he always does, he makes you really, even if you're winning or doing well, it makes you work hard. The Fury was brilliant with the jab, but Usyk was always on him. Even when he was getting backed up, he would get back in the center ring, push him back. And in the second half of the fight, he won pretty much everything, I thought. Adam, every round was competitive. That's why people might see it different ways. But I think, I agree with Sergio, it was a close, competitive fight with a clear winner.
Wonderful display from Oleksandr Usyk. Great effort from Tyson Fury as well, who can be very proud. But look at that Vladimir Klitschko in there, and it's a party time for the Ukrainians, because Oleksandr Usyk has got to now be seen as one of the greats of any era for what he's done.
Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. As we see the highlights here, I mean, they locked horns straight away, didn't they? Battle for centre ring was evident from the off, both landing to head and body, and you can see the urgency from both men.
Well, Fury tried to sit in the centre of the ring, and he did that in the first round, but then all of a sudden in the second round, he's trying to be aggressive, and Usyk's in the centre of the ring again. But the jab on Fury was really good. Usyk had to take his time to dart in with combinations, but as the rounds went on, at the end of the round, he would do a little bit more work. He worked the body really well with Oleksandr Usyk early, and that paid dividends down the stretch for sure.
He was incredibly aggressive early, maybe not winning all of those early rounds, but I think Fury was really feeling the pace, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, but if you don't throw, he's going to overwhelm you, Oleksandr Usyk. So you have to match him for pace, or be the one throwing to keep him off you, and that's hard to do. But Fury was up to the task, it seemed, for a while. He landed some fantastic shots. He landed with really good work.
Yeah,
and he tried to stay busy, didn't he, Darren?
Exactly, he really did. And then you started to see more from Usyk as these rounds started to close in. And I was surprised that we didn't see more of that from Fury. You just see him throw the uppercut there, didn't work the body nearly enough for me. We see that in the first fight, having lots of success for Fury, but yeah, look at the man just slipping on the outside, and he took the power out of the shots, and it still had an effect on Fury.
It was his work rate and all class as well. Defense too, mobility, those long, long weeks in training camp, 3 times a day, phenomenal fitness, incredible execution, superb fighter. Look at that team, 23-0, cruiserweight king, heavyweight king. He's done it all in boxing, and he's 38 in January. Amazing, Kate.
Oleksandr Usyk. Incredible moment for Oleksandr Usyk to get the win against Tyson Fury for the second time, retaining his unified heavyweight championship belts for Tyson Fury. Obviously, it's a hugely disappointing moment. He thought that he had done enough to get the decision in the first fight. His team would have thought that he did enough to get the decision in this second fight. We heard Adeola Depot ask Frank Warren after the fight in the ring, you know, will we see Tyson Fury in the ring again? It wasn't a resounding yes. I'm assuming there's a fight that you would quite like to make with him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's time to start screaming, you know, that this night's Usyk Fury, but the reality is there's only one fight for Tyson Fury, and that's Anthony Joshua. It's the biggest fight probably in the history of British boxing. Everyone will always want to see it. And by the way, that wasn't a Tyson Fury that looked finished. You know, it wasn't a flat performance, wasn't a poor performance. He didn't look gun-shy. He didn't look like his punch resistance was in question like we talked about earlier. So I think Tyson Fury's still, you know, potentially at the peak of his powers, just not good enough to beat Oleksandr Usyk tonight. But for me, look, you know, AJ against Fury is the one. It's the one at Wembley, and then it's back out here for Riyadh season. I'm going to be pushing His Excellency to make the fight, but that's maybe one for another day. Tonight belongs to Oleksandr Usyk, but, you know, Fury will struggle with this, I think. You know, all fighters do. AJ struggled with a Dubois defeat as well. You're a winner, and when you get beat, it hurts, and this will hurt Tyson Fury.
Does it hurt more when it's the second time?
Yeah, because it's frustration. I mean, you remember when AJ lost to Usyk for the second time, you saw his reaction.
Yeah.
It was like he trained so hard for that fight. He put his entire soul into beating Usyk in the rematch. And you heard from Fury about the sacrifices he made in camp. He did the same thing. And it's like, you know, that's why he left the ring tonight, probably the same kind of frustration. How did I not beat him? Why? I did everything right. I made the sacrifice. I didn't talk to anyone. You know, and it's just, it's frustrating for these guys. They're winners.
We've had 2 incredibly close fights. Trilogy fight, is that warranted?
It's a good question. It's up to the fans. I mean, I would love to see a third one. I would love to see a third one, but I'm with Eddie on this one. I think Wembley Stadium, Joshua and Fury, because popularity still matters. You know, being the man still matters. Who do the fans want to see? This is a great style matchup, and the first fight was exciting because of the knockdown, but take out that 9th round, it was still an Usyk show. I think when you get 2 big men, you want to see knockouts. You want to see both men going down. You want to see vulnerability. You got vulnerability with Joshua, and you definitely got it with his plan, with his foe. So that's the fight to make. 80, 90,000, Wembley. I agree.
And some.
All right, well, a Riyadh season has delivered again. It was fantastic to be here at the Kingdom Arena. It was good to be with both of you. Good employee, but kind of part-time-ish, I would say.
I think I was free, so I think that's what it is.
All right, well, we hope you enjoyed the night of boxing as well. It was certainly a good one here in Riyadh. Saudi Arabia is clearly the new home of live boxing, and without a doubt, DAZN is the platform that is the global home of boxing. Here's what's in store for 2025, everybody.
The undisputed global home of boxing is on DAZN, where the greatest fighters in the world and the best promoters in the game come together.
We got a fight tomorrow, man!
For boxing in 2025, that means more.
What does the future look like?
More fights, more knockouts, more shocks, more shakeups.
The fight itself was just phenomenal.
With big fights every month and over 150 a year, imagine what matchups could happen next. There will be more contenders at all the weights for all the belts, from rising stars to superstars.
Are you not entertained?
At venues all over the planet with unbeatable broadcast talent.
Hello, people.
Good to have you with us this evening.
Experts, analysis, champions, legends.
It's that first punch that lands dictates who's going to win.
Nobody brings you closer to the action, anywhere, on any device.
It doesn't get any better than this.
Because if the fight is on, it's on DAZN, the global home of boxing.
Welcome to Fight Night, live from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for the unified heavyweight championship between Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury.
I'm going to absolutely annihilate this.
We know Usyk's going to perform. It's up to Tyson to do something extraordinary.
An all-British collision on this massive global heavyweight night. Johnny Fisher could be falling apart.
The legs are still gone.
Oh my word!
Right, we all need to take a breather here.
Johnny Lovely right hand. And down goes Ismail Davis. Sergey Boacek is victorious. The Gypsy King. Many Ukrainian fans here for Oleksandr Usyk. Oh! Massive shot! That's it! Won't recover from that! Talma wins in 1!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Kingdom Arena here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, this is the main event of the evening.
Opening up already. Beautiful work from Tyson Fury.
I tell you what, he felt that.
He did.
Make no mistake about that.
It will go down to the scorecard.